OP. When you see a first 3 like that from 100 Thieves, I am clicking
Just
Renata.
lock it in.
Yes.
As long as she's not with her friend.
They're not friends.
Renata is in
They're
the
enemies.
danger.
Look how much happier Tokla looks.
I know. Also, we got the right body, you know.
Maybe FBI's been hitting the gym. How do you know? That could be FBI.
All right, let's see if they can bait Sturdy into this. He does jump a little bit further forward. Equalizer plus the Cyclone. Public Execution isn't going to buffer through any kind of CC there. It's first blood. And now we might have a teleport play coming into the mid lane from 100 Thieves yet again. Sturdy having a flash away from the Equalizer here in the top side. Dokla keeping the pressure on as Saint. Now the one who's got to be a little bit scared. Sturdy.
It does put you in a difficult position because when you do get behind in these kind of matchups, it is very difficult because you're just going to be getting constantly whittled down by this Rumble.
Well, Saint now in some danger yet again here too as Ayla jumps in alongside River. The quickness seals the deal and the feat of warfare is Thieves. They really haven't been shy about picking fights. Now Quid's going in, wants a solo kill and he finds it. Nicely done from the 100 Thieves mid laner. Adiland shows up to at least make sure it's a 1-for-1 trade. That's the first kill of the game for LYON, but it's still 100 Thieves, the bloodthirsty team, willing to go in and look for these things as River just jumps right back out to the safety of the Scuttle Crab after being knocked into the jungle of LYON. Now Adiland could be the one in some danger as FBI's ready to join the fight, but no, it's Ayla dead first. LYON trying to find the continued angle here and a bit more damage seals the deal. River's gone. Adiland getting it.
And I also liked how Lions recognized he had to boot FBI out.
Starting up this Herald. 100 Thieves are in the area. Quid does have ulti and flash here on the Akali. LYON grouped up as a 4-man squad, but 100 Thieves on the approach as their own 4-man squadron. Neither one of the top laners has TP. It will be a 4v4. River about to lose the patience. Ayla goes into the back line, but he's not able to find the target he needs just yet. River putting the pressure here on a Saint. Ayla's low, but he's still not dead. LYON takes him down, and LYON's managed to find a 2-for-1 trade here at the start, but it's still Quid and FBI alive. Quid's got plenty of HP to play with, and the perfect execution is still available. A little bit more damage is all they need, though, and Adiland is on a killing spree. He's chasing down the last kill. He wants FBI. He tags him with a wind becomes lightning, and the last little bit of damage comes from Saint. LYON win the fight and take the lead.
Nicely done there by LYON, and Saint was able to survive for so long, kind of barely out of the initial Cyclone proc there from Rivers. He popped the ulti, couldn't quite connect on him, had to really overchase, and then Adiland, I thought, played it really intelligently, just flashes back over the wall to peel for Saint to keep his mid laner alive, and when they committed so much to Saint early on and didn't get that kill, you knew the fight was not going to be going.
But honestly, that Equalizer doesn't really get him a whole lot. Yes, Lions has to spend his heal, but it's not the Unbreakable Will, it's not the Flash, and the entire time Sturdy was putting in work on the mid lane tier 1 turret. That's more money for LYON.
And in this mid-game, LYON, after these skirmishes have happened, right, have been able to find so much on the map. As you pointed out, that tier 1, just being able to take over these fights. I saw it last night as well with Lucid, just unable to die.
Actually, yeah, he truly was just one of the most impactful things on the entire Rift. And today, we'll see if he can do that exact same result as now Ayla's going to be in some danger here, about to die at the very start. He wanted to try to turn it around onto Henna, and it's LYON's AD carry that's going to die first. Ayla stays alive, but now the rest of the team is joined up. Quid and River going to try to get away, but a nice Equalizer coming in from Dokla forces LYON back. Lions, the sacrificial Alistar, gives his life to protect the rest of the carries. Sturdy's still looking for some kind of a chance to go in here, but FBI's very scary. Saint picks up one back on a Dokla, but now he's got to try to get away from Quid. 100 Thieves on the hunt, and Quid with a big shutdown. The Otacon pit and brawl. It's not a particularly swift Otacon take. They've only got rid of about the first half of the HP just now, and 100 Thieves are aware. They're moving everybody over. Quid's down in the bottom lane, but he doesn't have his teleport ready to join. LYON's looking to run some interference. It's stolen away by River. He jumps in and secures the objective in a massive steal, but now the rest of the fight still has to happen. Henna's taking a ton of damage from Dokla as Sturdy finds his way into the back line and manages to eliminate Ayla. Now Quid's jumping through, but he gets shut down before he can complete his acrobatics. Adiland's still fighting. There's a lot more damage coming out from the lightning, and there goes that Rumble. Saint gets the kill credit, but now Sturdy and Saint versus FBI, and FBI can't survive. An ace for LYON, but an Otacon for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, 100 Thieves get the Otacon.
5 for 3, but you got the Otacon. I feel like that is a pretty valuable trade. But that being said, we're back to live. LYON will move to Soul Point here. And Dokla is caught out.
Yeah, Dokla gets hit by the public execution there, fires his equalizer down on the wave to just try to get as much, I guess, pseudo tempo as you can, prevent them from being able to push up, putting any pressure onto that tier 2 turret immediately after getting the pick.
Yeah, and we've heard a lot of teams, you were talking about it earlier, Emily, praising LYON, and I've heard, privately from a lot of players that they actually think LYON is the 3rd best team in the league. So people are ranking them quite highly.
Point summit here for LYON. If they get that Cloud Soul, man, that thing is so scary for 100 Thieves to deal with. But immediately the Thieves trying to jump in here, find something onto Saint. Henna misses with the Chains of Corruption. Ayla's first to die, though, with a shockwave, turns it around onto River. Quid finally gets Saint, but he dies in the process. LYON still got 4-man standing, and they're ready to keep it going. The double kill for Henna is not the end of the fight, as Surdy locks up FBI long enough for LYON to guarantee they get the kill. Now with Dokla left hobbling away, Adilan is in hot pursuit. There is no way Rumble is getting away from Xin on this one. Adilan very fed, just beating him down here. Does need a little bit more damage. Dokla might just outplay this. You gotta be kidding me. Dokla, he gets the solo. And right there, we got one for Dokla, as we do have our picture-in-picture back to live. The next fight is already breaking out. Quid diving in alongside Ayla, and this time they've already found the kill onto Saint. Surdy's gonna burn down next. 100 Thieves got exactly what they were looking for, but the counterattack is still there a little bit from LYON, not any longer. 100 Thieves, they kill the entire top side, and they aren't done yet. Henna trying to flash away as LYON finally falls. Henna's about to be the last one. It's a 5-0 ace for 100 Thieves.
Out of nowhere, they're going to be able to get the Dragon, get the Bear, and 100 Thieves roar to life. They kill off Saint without him even being able to use the Seekers. We got to see that one more time because we were still kind of watching the coach cams. I didn't see exactly how they locked him up and burst him down before he could even get that Seekers off.
Yeah, and again, this is vintage 100 Thieves, right? Like, they locked in a composition where, like, okay, this is risky. You're going to have to dive in. You're going to have to get on to
your defensive tools in the process of doing it, especially against a team, like we've already talked about so much, that just wants to dive. The target on Henna's back is more massive now than ever, and 100 Thieves are continuing to pad their wallets. Tier 2 turret dies in the bot lane. Tier 1 turret dies in the mid lane. Gold lead
from Bloodletter's Curse. FBI is getting close to a big spike for himself. He's working towards that Infinity Edge, has been on Collector as that 3rd item for a while, so damage really ramping up, and they're going to potentially look here to at least just zone them off with that Equalizer, so you cannot wave clear this, take another tier 2. They should back up after using that, though, but that is a ton of gold they've collected. They're up now. I thought the use of the Equalizer might prompt them to attempt it, but they're okay to just give this up, and we are going to go to a max Dragon game here, 3 apiece.
The green light to go in for the Baron. They've already got it burned down to half HP. Dokla trying to run some interference, and again, Surdy will not get the public execution. LYON still looking to maybe fight for this. Adilan with the win becomes lightning, but he can't steal it away. The Baron claimed by 100 Thieves. Now Quid trying to get himself out as he finds an assassination on the way to do it. The killing spree for the Akali finally shut down as Surdy takes him out of the picture. Surdy's going to walk over and see if maybe he can answer Dokla. Meanwhile, the remaining 4 coming around the side looking for the Dragon Soul. Dokla's going to get the tier 3 turret in the mid lane for free, but the cost is the fact that LYON are in an immediate spot to contest this soul. Surdy on the backside of the pit, but he's on top of a control ward from 100 Thieves. The Thieves are going to be aware that the Ambessa is waiting, looking for an opportunity to go in there. Saint moves the ball forward into the terrain, trying to hide it a little bit. Yep. There's the Equalizer. Drake secured by Adilan, but what about the fight? LYON are all knocked up into the air at the same time. 100 Thieves continuing to dive towards the back line. Henna staying alive for now, but River gets the kill. LYON are wiped off the map. They might have got the soul, but it will not matter. 100 Thieves, clean ace.
It's a quadra for FBI, and just like that, the game is gonna end. LYON got the soul, but the Thieves are gonna take the Nexus.
Welcome back, 100 Thieves. I've really missed you. Like, winning through team fights, the bread and butter of this team, and they got it.
The Nexus turrets can't do anything more about it than the team could in the fight. 100 Thieves, show them how it's done, and take the first game.
Which one do you guys like most?
I mean, even though 100 Thieves kind of did as we were expecting and they just layer all this counter engage, I I still kind of feel for
Like
LYON.
Flash Timber's obviously a big tool for these neutral fights, but now it's going to be Adiland jumping in there, looking to set up the play onto Quid, and LYON will be first to first blood, but the response from 100 Thieves is not to be found wanting. They've already got the kill on Lions, and they want to make it a double here onto Henna. Ayla soaking the turret aggro, guaranteeing a double kill back over to FBI. We're
They're
talking about
rotating down, getting the Bard in for some deep vision. They have first take on this Drake, so that also further
to
sets
swoop
them.
into the fight.
80
Joker
carries
with the
coming.
flash away. Adiland continuing to look for a little bit more. River goes back for the Cataclysm. Nice sidestep with a Dragon Strike from Saint. Forces Ayla to come back into the fight now too. But FBI is ready to fire. It's a 1-for-1. Jungler from mid laner.
A lot
As
of times in these fights, but she
And those
does
people are right.
a significant amount of damage as well. They're kind of right.
Well, Adiland is about to take a significant amount of damage here as the chain CC is more than enough to beat him to death. And Saint's about to go with a beautiful double stun there from Ayla to guarantee that they lock Saint up. That is
Yeah.
Pro, which is just full tank, or is he going to start to build Bruiser?
Here we go,
comes
the
the
Jarvan
Galio.
Galio combo. River makes the entrance. Quid guarantees the finale.
Not
Saints
just the
taken
soundbar.
out in an easy 1-2 punch, and 100 Thieves get kill number 6.
I love seeing this out of 100 Thieves. I agree, yes, their comp has one primary source of damage, right, in the Xayah, but these are the kind of things that I do think 100 Thieves thrive with, and this is what we were missing from them all split 3, right? LYON is going to be able to get that Drake as a consolation prize, but really nice movements. I also feel like 100 Thieves are playing the
I don't have
map.
any answer for Dokla just yet.
Well, here we go again. We got another answer for Saint, and it's River and Quid. Saint stays alive thanks to the heal from Lions, and now it's River who might be in some serious danger. The Winds of War kill Saint off,
LTP.
and River's still on the run. Both top laners make their way into the fight here for the very first time as FBI's letting the feathers fly. Dokla's tanking underneath the turret, and they got to be a little bit more careful about this now. 100 Thieves regrouping, waiting for a couple of cooldowns. Sturdy on the front line. The feathers root him up, but he's safe enough underneath the tier 1 turret. It's a 1-for-0 so far as Saint is dead yet again on the Annie. 100 Thieves trying to force down this tier 1 turret as Quid gets a Justice Punch the backward direction. Sturdy's taken low, but Dokla's taken out. 100 Thieves looking to get some more, and FBI's unstoppable. They get another one as Dokla's dead body gets revenge against Adiland. Quid looking for potentially another kill here, but he won't get it. It's a long fight. It's a bloody fight, but it's another fight for 100 Thieves.
It's another fight started off with a pick onto this Annie, right? Recognizing we want to go in on Saint. FBI is...
And again,
This is River versus Adiland, man. He has been very aggressive, but they're on this Otacon. We'll see if they can get there in time.
okay, Otacon down to 1/3 HP. This is the dangerous objective. Ayla wanted to fire out that Tempered Fate. It zones everybody away. Dokla swoops in with the ulti, but 100 Thieves have already completed the objective. They got the Otacon. Dokla's having a hard time getting into the portal, but he finally makes it there.
He's Sion, he's fine. He can just take the damage,
He's a
take
big
the
guy. It's
magical
hard to get
journey
in there.
out.
Yeah, he was trying to get into the
They're trying
club.
to
They had a
stop him
problem
through
with his
the
ID
portal.
for a second. He got held up at the door, but it's all right. He made it to the party, and 100 Thieves are partying hard. Now that they've got the Otacon safe and sound, they'll defend their tier 1 turret at the same time. Sturdy wants some damage onto Ayla, but he's bound back into the wall. Nice engage from Saint! They take Ayla out, but they don't find a valuable target. Adiland still trying to dive back into FBI, who flashes away and stays alive. FBI still fighting. 100 Thieves are still kiting. Hen is still dying. And now Sturdy stuck underneath the turret here too. River re-engages beautifully with the EQ combo. River's Jarvan is the spearhead of 100 Thieves. And FBI stays alive the whole time. Triple kill for River. And another fight won for 100 Thieves.
I mean, that was a crazy
insane.
dive from LYON. I want to know how much damage the tower did.
Yeah,
You're talking
same.
about Jarvan leading that fight. I feel like the tower is probably the top damage from 100
The
Thieves.
quiggle is the sign of a dive well fought off because 100 Thieves are more than happy about this game state now. 6,000. Fantastic for 100 Thieves. Now they're trying to find Henna here too. They don't actually manage to hit him with the Scion ulti, but they do force the Ghost and create enough space to take the tier 2 turret mid.
Yeah, and another
worst
thing.
possible one you could ever play against, where Lion's whole comp has to one-shot somebody.
Well, they might try to get that on River right now. He's very low, but he flashes over the wall to stay alive. River lives through it yet again. Now FBI's got to be a little bit careful here as he's caught up in the Infernal Chains from Sturdy, but Saint is once more under pressure from Quid. Beautiful angle on the Justice Punch, but over the wall with the Pop Blossom. Lions wanted something, but all he gets is an obituary. As now again, Quid moves forward, trying to catch somebody with a taunt, but he does not land it. Sturdy, isolated from the rest of the team, trying to turn back around, go for the flash play on FBI. Not a chance. FBI's godlike, and Lion loses. Time, but he has his Unleashed teleport ready to join the fight. Sturdy has to stay grouped with the rest of Lion right now because he's still waiting on his teleport cooldown to become available. Quid doesn't have his, but he's Galio. He's not as concerned about it. And now it's 100 Thieves starting up the Baron. Lion, they have to try to do something about this, or they might just...
They're giving it up.
Okay, they're going to give it up. They're saying that they've got a better chance of holding on in this game if they try to defend after 100 Thieves claims it. So that's River smiting down the Baron at 27 minutes, uncontested.
Yeah, that's them making the safe choice, but it's also 100 Thieves forcing them to make kind of a bad decision or another like slightly lateral decision, right? Like they keep Saint in this bot side. They do get that tier 1 as a small consolation prize, but they do have to give up the Baron to this team composition just because of the Vision Stranglehold and how difficult it would be to get in on that area of the map.
I mean, it's desperation hours. Lion are going to stack in a brush here, and pretty much they're hoping the FBI walks up, because anyone but FBI, and this just isn't going to even work, right? And FBI is not there. They're just going to go straight for this Dragon. So Lion, it's going to be uncontested Baron, and then it's going to be uncontested Dragon here. They are just like fully committed to waiting for this.
I mean, you're just hoping that it's a I'm half paying attention, solo Q shove the wave type of play. Dokla does walk up towards it, but that's exactly who 100 Thieves would like to walk up towards it. The Scion feels totally fine. The Tibbers has already been spent and is probably going to die before the fight even goes anywhere. 100 Thieves now thinking about taking the rest of the fight. There's your hero's entrance. Saint's now in danger yet again. He's going to be first to die to the taunt. Pop Blossom swoops in, but it only finds the front line. Hit is dead next, and 100 Thieves are just dogpiling Lion. There's the stampede, and Lion are trampled into the dirt. It's another clean ace for 100 Thieves.
They are slamming Lion in this game, too. They're about to move to match point.
This is why 100 Thieves was so fun to watch. It's why they were one of my favorite teams to watch before. Welcome back, 100 Thieves. We missed you so much.
100 Thieves coming out swinging with both fists in these first 2 games. 21-5 with a 13,000 gold lead in game number 2. FBI just untouched in this one as 100 Thieves go to match point.
And that has got to be pretty heartbreaking for Lion. It was
like Mad Dog Lion, or if he's looking at the team or what he's doing.
We've
all
seen
of the above.
Yeah, we've seen very little of that actually in the face-off arena.
I mean, Philios, which is an absolute menace. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think there's some. Jesus, that's scary to watch.
Okay, let's send it back to the casters while you're still feeling confident. Take it away.
First blood already over to the side of Lion. The kill on River.
Going to get shoved in. She feels really bad in lane early. They have kind of taken over this bot.
You see Dokla, he's just going to start proxying now. So he's in behind the tower, no longer wants to play for that 1v1. He has taken that away, and he's moving up towards Grubs.
Yes, first Grub already claimed by the side of 100 Thieves as they immediately go in for the fight, and Audiland is dead before anything else even happens. Now Saint's in the middle of everybody, and River's going to be in some danger. Quid's firing back with a little bit more. FBI with long-range damage isn't quite enough to finish the kill onto Saint, and Lions and Henna are still firing back towards Quid and Ayla. Meanwhile, Dokla and Sturdy trying to get involved in the fight, but it's just a 1v1 for them with a feat of warfare claimed as Henna gets a kill for his Senna.
You want to be able to, as we see this TP coming in from the Rel, and Audi is headed up here.
Okay, Dokla's got his flash still. We'll see if he wants to try to spin that, because Lion is sending the kitchen sink at him. No, he'll just cast the Judgment, do a little bit of damage to him. Bottom side of the map, it's 100 Thieves looking to get something back. But between worlds, Saint goes, and away from the danger he finds himself until Ayla shows up, and now the Realm Warp puts River behind him, while Quid stays with the wave to make sure that they can get that shoved up. And now a little bit more damage onto Saint. He is reinforced with the Dawning Shadow. As River, one more turret shot might have been able to kill him, but they aren't going to get that. Lion the entire time has been putting in work on the tier 1 turret on the top side. They'll claim that.
Scaling really well and be in a good position to enable the rest of the team. Like, this guy just has been a difference maker and is, I think, a big reason why so many pros rank this team so highly.
Yeah, they always talk about Henna and Saint, and the fact that Henna is in a good position despite, as we talked about, that Senna lane being really tough in early levels. I feel like the way that LYON have been able to get Henna's Senna in a good position has been great. As we see them chewing through this bot side turret, River is going to go in onto Saint.
But it's just perfect
And he
placement
just goes
of
out.
the between worlds. He places it down in a spot where you walk through it, you put yourself on the other side of a very large piece of terrain that your opponents can't possibly follow through. But now, Saint sticks around a little bit long. He could be in some danger with this one as Ayla and River work together for the chain CC. Discretion's the better part of it.
Fair objective setup fight. So they back off, they kind of look for something maybe on bot side. Now they're pushing in mid, but really good use of LYON of their pressure points.
Okay, Audiland, I think he might have just had his Subjugate spell shielded, but now a nice engage coming out from LYON with a Magnet Storm crash down onto 3, but a bunch of damage coming back out from FBI with the AoE on the Infernum. 100 Thieves still trying to fight back a little bit here, but Surdy has arrived. One more auto attack to stun him up there with the concussive blows from Quid, flashing away from the pillar now. 100 Thieves have already lost 2 men, but so have LYON. Dokla continues escaping, Dawning Shadow, not enough to threaten his life. A bit of a bloody one here, but it's an even
much harder
trade.
to pull off. You don't really have that much time. The question is going to be posed in 5 minutes. You know, can you beat us in a team fight? Can you stop us at this dragon? They will trade that tier 1 top, which is fine short term, but if you lose Mountain Soul, it is really, really tough. So 100 Thieves have a couple minutes here to get as strong as possible.
Okay, the Herald's summoned up though, and LYON are going to be the ones cashing in. FBI in some danger. Defensive ulti from Ayla, the Glacial Fissure, to protect the Aphelios. 100 Thieves haven't lost anybody here just yet. The Herald's ready for the second charge. Ayla and Quid both stepping forward a little bit, but Surdy has already used the Dominus. Dokla, they could catch 100 Thieves unawares, making a second play, this time potentially in the blue buff jungle. Dokla wants to go in, but he's all alone! Dokla! With a big blunder there, walking alone. But River is not. He's already down to below half HP. Surdy and Audiland are here. Otacon still being focused by 100 Thieves. We're going to get a fight. I just knew this was how it was going to go down. Surdy's here on the very front line. They're trying to focus the Fed Renekton, but they can't do enough damage to actually hurt him. River's about to die, but the Otacon is going to get claimed by FBI. Ayla and River continuing to disengage, but Quid is under pressure. LYON needs a little bit more damage, and FBI is already down. It's 2 dead on 100 Thieves. River's about to be the third. Saint needs a little bit more, and the last auto attack finds him for the double kill. Now he continues jumping forward with another weirding. 3 dead. Soul. If they're going to take this, they need to make it happen here soon. Saint's keeping everybody else zoned away. Dokla wins a trade against Surdy. Now you got to look out because Saint goes between worlds up the wall to join up with the rest of LYON. Now Ayla with a Glacial Fissure on to 3. Nicely followed up by FBI, but they don't have enough damage to finish the job just yet. Dokla gets the assassination on Saint. There's another kill onto LYON. Surdy is fleeing. Dokla's still fighting. FBI's alive, but Surdy is zoning him away, and Dokla still needs a little bit more damage to try to kill him, but he flashes back over the wall and stays alive. LYON win the fight.
LYON take the fight. They're going to take the soul as well. Was a pretty close one. Henna got incredibly low. FBI did a lot of damage there. Dokla had a good angle on that flank, but River couldn't get too much done. I mean, you know what? We are going to play through side lanes, try to find picks there, try to find pressure there, and hope that the other members can somehow hold on.
Yeah, it was a rough early game for Dokla's Garen, but he is starting to become relevant again here. Problem is, LYON is just brute forcing their way into the base now with this Mountain Soul power. FBI with the Infernum ulti really doesn't get a lot with it, and now he's under a lot of pressure here too. Counterattack from River. Quid shows up to join the battle, but River is already down. LYON continuing their push, and FBI dies next. LYON with a 5v3. Health bar's compromised, so they got to be a little bit careful. Wait for those cooldowns. They lock up Quid. That's the green light to keep on going in. They kill off the Rise, but he's traded for Audiland. It's still a 3-for-1, including an extra tier 3 turret, including the mid lane inhibitor. That's a massive. Not only helps break the shields from Henna's big ulti with the Dawning Shadow, it's also going to have the effectiveness of the Sterix Gauge from Surdy. But now River has been caught out. How often does the AD carry get to catch and assassinate Nocturne? River forced to flash over the wall just to escape.
Yeah, Serpent Fang also going to get value against Mountain Soul, right? Because everyone has that shield, so you get Mountain Soul value, and River, we're going to watch him die. No way out of that. Bit of a lazy recall, didn't keep walking back to base. Now he is down, and that's the green light to go set up for Baron here.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to catch on this TP as well.
Yeah, Dokla's TP is not where he wanted to find himself. Massive mistakes from Dokla and River with the lazy recall, with the poor TP placement, results in a 5v3 game state. Yeah, it's difficult to try to find a way to fight back against the lead LYON already has, but it's way harder now because LYON are marching straight over to the Baron, and your jungler's still dead for 15 seconds on the 100 Thieves side.
And they're sending Surdy to protect this bot tier 2 as well, right? So Quid isn't going to be able to push in. Quid's actually probably
Yeah, I was
dead.
going to say, he's going to do more than protect the turret. He's going to beat Rise to death.
It's very protected.
Yeah, the turret
is safe.
The turret is protected. He beat Rise to death,
Baron is
and
not.
LYON are beating the Baron to death.
Yeah, this game is pretty much done at this point. LYON have done a fantastic job responding to what 100 Thieves brought to the table in this one. Surdy dominating the top lane matchup early on to guarantee that his team had total control over neutral objectives. The rest of the squad working together to play aggressively in the faces of 100 Thieves, punish things like River's Flash being missing at level 1. It's just been a great game 3 from LYON, and I think for their fans, for their staff, for their players, this is more of what you were expecting for this whole series coming into the day.
It's more of what we were expecting, and it's a really nice mental reset from them as well, right? Because after game 2, I was like, okay, where is this team going to be at mentally? How are they going to recover? They did a great job.
Dokla under some pressure now, though, as immediately LYON are ready to keep the blood splattering. Ayla is going to be your next target as Dokla has to go back all the way to the fountain steps. LYON will take out another inhibitor and continue their push towards the Nexus turrets. 100 Thieves know they only have one fight left in them if they want to try to stay in this game number 3. But Saint jumps into the middle of everybody. He gets stunned back into the wall. That wasn't great. Now Surdy might be the next one to get taken out. He's still fleeing, but he will be resurrected. FBI's alive, but he's under so much pressure. 100 Thieves still scrambling, but LYON is too far ahead. Ayla and Dokla in the middle of everybody, but it's not enough. Only FBI still stands, and Henna's gonna put a bullet in his back. LYON are not done yet, and we're going to game 4.
We're going to game 4.
Stayed alive in a lot of these critical moments.
Oh my God.
And then he was able to wiggle.
Wiggled on him.
I don't know about you. Really OP.
Yeah.
Then I feel like I can kind of pick whatever I want top lane. Like it's kind of a free pick here. Whereas sometimes you go, I really need a tank. My comp kind of sucks without a tank.
Okay, we got to send it. We got to send the casters to Monte and spawn.
PI's still here to provide a little bit of additional damage, but Henna pops on the hunt. River is nearby, but Adiland's about to rejoin here as well. Bramble smash onto Henna. Another bouncing bomb collides as Adiland makes his way into the fight, but now it's LYON's going to be taken low. He's down to 50 HP trying to get away from it. He walks into the minefield in the sapling. The traps on the ground. Kill, but now it's LYON and Adiland starting up the first Drake. LYON's wants to go in with a Hex Flash of the Zenith Blade. Ayla's the target. They put a lot of burst onto him, but they can't kill him off quite yet. Mega Inferno Bomb over the top, and they lock up Saint. But again, he barely lives.
He is very nice. Adiland gets the 2-man ult again. Really good positioning with that.
To crash into it. LYON's already up almost 1,000 gold, and now with that extra money in Saint's pocket, they're up 1.4K. Quid is still making his way up here. That's what 100 Thieves is waiting on. Dredgeline finds no target as the Maokai ulti runs into the fight. Mega Inferno Bomb with very little value. Surdy takes a chunk of damage, but the Herald is already secured by Adiland. Now they're jumping into the pit to try to follow it up, but LYON are all still hanging on except for Saint. They finally brought him down. Henna goes next. The carries have fallen. Feet of Warfare claim for 100 Thieves. They get 2 kills.
Pushing Saint back, and on the side, watch Henna here as they go back in. The spell shield is used, and he just sidesteps the hook that connects onto Henna, and means Henna's going to go down in a hurry. And on the other side, Quid and Dokla were putting out so much pressure. You can see the stress there on Golden Blue's face.
I feel like Sniper
From
has...
100 Thieves, and now Saint has the opportunity to just put in the work here on the Tier 1 turret. They're going to summon up the Herald. They won't even need it here for the Tier 1, so we'll see what they want to try to do with it. Is somebody going to hop in and drive, or do we just let it go on a solo mission towards the Tier 2 turret? Saint is trying to get it close enough to get that second charge, but he knows if he overstays, 100 Thieves have had a target on him the entire game anyway, so he does not want to give him an angle.
Yeah, and 100 Thieves are already moving up into this top side, right? So Quid should be able to...
Wow, nice job, Shelly. I didn't think she was going to make it there. But anyway, we got a little bit of a problem with Saint yet again. Like I said, this is the guy they try to kill the entire game. Another bouncing bomb, but no, Saint can walk away from that with half HP. Now, Okay, 100 Thieves, I was gonna pose the question. No, they already give me the answer. Otacon is the angle here for 100 Thieves. Saint's gonna recall, but he has a teleport to join back up with the team once he goes back and purchases up and heals. 100 Thieves still working on the Otacon. Adilan goes in for the impale, but now he's gonna be in some serious danger. Ayla's first to die. Adilan staying alive. Otacon still at 2,000 HP. 100 Thieves will secure the objective, but they're about to lose. Dokla next. Saint trying to get into the fight. River's about to die. FBI very low. Sturdy coming in over the wall, and he's right next to LYON. 100 Thieves are in some serious mortal danger. They're gonna get aced in exchange for the Otacon. A tragedy yet again at the grave.
Oh,
Hurting.
okay.
As if
All right,
H-E-R-D to shepherd to a safe or new location.
I gotta clean my
The
ears
AD
out.
carries are the cats, and the supports need to try to make them go places where they won't die. It's the opposite of hurting cats. It's keeping the cats safe, Emily. The cats are trying to run into the road and die, Emily.
You know one
and the
thing?
supports are saving them.
One thing I didn't have time to say is that I actually play AD carry not because I want to style on people, because I'm bad.
But because she wants to walk to a
because
side lane and die for a cannon minion. That is why.
I want to turn my brain off.
Every AD carry player ever. Here you go.
Emily's making the case for the cats.
Yeah,
Why do you
anyway.
play AD carry in League of Legends?
know what?
Me no think good.
I mean, true.
Okay, let's
LYON clean up that Drake.
yeah.
They cleaned up the fight. They cleaned up the Drake.
But not the
Hundred
cats.
Thieves.
But now we got the fight breaking out as immediately they try to engage on Saint yet again, and this time Quid's gonna find him. 100 Thieves are not gonna be caught unawares here just yet. FBI likely to die here. However, the all-out from Dokla gets rid of Sturdy and saves FBI's life. Now Adilan's gonna be careful, but it's Henna still free firing. This is the carry. This is the man with the plan. This is the AD carry that's been protected and is ready to keep on chasing. Quid gets grabbed by the Zenith Blade, but it's Lions who's regretting going in. 100 Thieves in. Lion with that 2,000 gold lead, but it is also the 2 Drake to 1 advantage for 100 Thieves, so a slight little bit of extra power there. We've got less than a minute and a half until the next dragon spawns, and Quid's recall has been interrupted. Fate Sealed not going to get the distance he wants, and Adilan immediately goes for the Eastall impact into the Impale. Quid's getting juggled around. He wants to try to fight back. He doesn't have the damage to make the trade even. He comes close, but no cigar.
Yeah, that was actually really, no one is there to actually answer him, so he can do that no problem. With the life steal from Ravenous Hydra, he's going to lose nothing on this. And now 100 Thieves are going to realize, okay, we got nothing. So now they're just going to start the Baron, and we are getting into 100 Thieves territory, man. They are always down for a flip.
Okay, Sturdy's got his teleport to join up with the fight too once LYON realizes what's going on. Still a little bit more work to do on that Mountain Drake. 100 Thieves staying on the Baron. Mountain Drake claims. Sturdy making his way up. Lions is taking a little bit of damage from some of the poke from Ziggs and Maokai, but the Baron is already down to 6,000 HP. Massive burst on the Saint. He dies this time, and FBI got him. LYON are in the wrong place at the wrong time, and nobody's going to be left standing. Henna falls next. Adi dies too. There's not a single man missing on 100 Thieves, and Sturdy needs a hero moment now to stop this from turning into absolute tragedy.
I actually thought that it was going to be death for 100 Thieves, right? Because LYON had such a good setup, but the combination of the Ziggs coming in clutch, they're able to blow up Saint so early in that fight. Baron over to 100 Thieves. They're doing it like a
monstrous lead that sometimes you do get.
Yeah, and it was nice recognition from Sturdy, right? Because Dokla had pushed up that mid wave. Sturdy responds. He not only keeps Dokla kind of out of that top lane fight as they were sieging, if Dokla had wanted to match up to it, but he then has to stay in lane. He has to deal with Soul Point after they clean up this Mountain Drake.
I mean, Quid now has IE, 3 items, and QSS.
Yep.
That is terrifying. Spell Shield on that Q from Ziggs, but you've got to be so careful. They just know one mistake is the end of it, and 100 Thieves are not shy to look for these fights.
And there it is. Ayla engages immediately, but he only finds LYON. Saint manages to stay out of the way for now, but Adilan's going to be careful. He's taking a ton of damage here, too. One more bouncing bomb nearly kills him, but not quite yet. Ayla with a re-engage now yet again, and Henna's first to die. This fight is already over. Henna and Sturdy are out of the picture, and only Ayla has fallen on the side of 100 Thieves. Adilan's going to die to the execution from Yone, and now there's no way home for Saint. LYON just got aced.
That could be it. Look at the rest timers. I think that is going to be the series here. 100 Thieves are going to pull off the upset.
Everybody thought that LYON must have surely been more powerful than they had seemed. The rumors were that this was a sleeper team for a contender towards the top. 100 Thieves had been slipping, they had been stumbling, they had been falling, but they rise to the occasion here today, and the rumors of their demise may just have been exaggerated. It'll be a 3-1 series. It'll be the return of 100 Thieves and the elimination of LYON from the LTA. I can't keep talking forever, but 100 Thieves is going to make me as they finally secure the Nexus and take the series.